friends, and I liked the respect of being their friends, and I didn't want to cry all the time. And so I was a very late bloomer. My first real boyfriend was Kadeem on A Different World, so I was 19 years old. And I have always also taken my time. I've never been a one-night stand kind of girl, not because I don't want to. It's just not how I'm built. I remember trying it once, and he was going down on me, and I realized he thought my last name was Franks because my middle name is Summer, and that threw me off. I thought, he doesn't even know my name.
She's not a one-night stand girl, but she did it before. Let's go.
I'd like him to get out of there. So I've always been just a little...
How did that come up while he was going down on you?
I don't know. It was the first thing I thought.
He's like, ooh, Miss Summers.
No. He kept saying Cree, and I was like, oh no, I think he thinks my last name is Summer. So I just wanted him to know it. It's actually Frank. But I've just always taken my time, and sometimes it hasn't been the best. I think. Just that little trepidation that I used to think was such a great thing, I think it's maybe not allowed me to experience things fully. And now in my 50s, I just don't care anymore. And
Why you don't care anymore? Why you don't care anymore? They all don't. You know, when they reach their 50s, 40s, they don't care anymore about anything because you're washed. That's why. Been through the spin cycle so many times. What is there to care about? Right.
Feeling things I've never felt before and trying things I've never felt before. There's a freedom now that I never had as a...
Freedom.
Not even in my 40s. And I think I don't care anymore. This is such a dangerous town sometimes with the beauty ideals and not allowed to be old. And I spent a lot of my time being hemmed up in vanity. And now that I really can't be, I'm the second half of my life. And now I don't care so much about what it looks like.
What are you talking about? You're still hemmed up in vanity. You're dripped out.
Oh, no.
Gorgeous.
I'm just saying in the sense
not
that
the
I
second
used to
half.
think maybe my clothes come off.
This
and
the
everything
fourth
has
quarter.
to be
This the fourth quarter.
Proposition 304 passes.
2 seconds left on the shot clock.
perfect.
Understood.
And now I'm
Understood.
55. You really can't, it is where it is. I've nursed 2 babies. And,
wow,
I
love that.
And there's just something about loving the way it looks and loving the way it feels now at last that's helped my sexuality.
Oh, can you paint me a picture of what that looks like?
Oh my goodness.
Is there a moment that you can take me into?
Well, I think I'm learning that I didn't know that I like things so slow. I think I didn't know that eye contact was the most important thing to me. I never knew that I wanted to look at someone all the time or be looked at, be seen so deeply. That really turns me on. I have to hit my mic. That turns me on. And also, I like to be choked a little bit.
I love that the first part was sensual and loving.
And then it just goes,
Yeah.
I never knew I would like something like that. And now I think at this age I would say, can you try this or give that a try? And then I loved it. And I think I'm also a little more submissive than I ever thought I was. Sexually, not anywhere else.
Exactly. She was married before, but she wasn't a wife. She was not a wife. That's what dudes need to understand. They're not wives. I remember doing a video a long time ago talking about the only time they're cool with being submissive is in a bed. That's it. And a lot of these guys out here is cool with that. No, that destroys the rest of your life if you're just cool with that. She's not submissive, listening to your leadership when it comes to you move in a certain manner, when it comes to You making these big decisions. She's not submissive. Oh, listen, we need to diversify our portfolio. We need to stop doing this right here, and we need to invest in this. We need to save money for this. We need to build this. Oh, that's out the door. That's out the door. 55. Submissive in the bed, but nowhere else. You can't tell me nothing. These aren't wives. That's why in their old age, where they really need somebody there, they end up by themselves.
Room 304, please.
Done.
Which is maybe why it shows up there. I like to be a little controlled and a little manhandled, and I don't think I would have ever verbalized those things. You know?
Only in the bed. That's it. That's it. You can't tell her what to do. Only when you on a tizzy tour. And the problem with that is you're going to spend more of your life out of the bed than in the bed. You know, so only a fraction of the time of your life together will she listen to you. And that's a pretty small fraction. The rest of your life, she's not listening to nothing at all. That's a problem.
Being whipped at you.
It's not being thrown at me. I'd like it to come at me a little more.
Hey,
Well,
you're
getting it
washed.
somewhere.
Too
Can you
washed.
get a little insight how you are still inviting sexuality, flirtation?
Remember, she said it's not coming towards her. Remember that.
Flirtatiousness, play, seductiveness into your world?
Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm a lover of clothes, and I definitely feel very sexual in how I express the way I dress, which my daughters would laugh because I oftentimes wear Victorian collars and things, but that to me is very sexual, you know,
Yes.
very sexy. I love being covered up. I find there's something about it. Maybe you get into the fabrics.
Oh, I could tell you're a freak.
You know, like maybe you get into the fabrics of something. I remember I had a date and this dude came over and looked at my dress and said, "Is this a test?"
Like, how do I get in this?
Yes, how do I get in this? You know, I like, where's the fucking opening? Where's the zipper? Anyway, it was very fun finding out. Yeah, I think I find it in my friendships. I find it in the odd man that's brave enough to approach me, and they're usually a lot younger. I never get approached by men my age. It's always someone in their 30s or, that has the courage to come up and say something.
It ain't courage. It's destitute. It's destitute or just a tizzy tour. Just a tizzy tour. Oh, I remember you on a different world. Tizzy tour. Let me tell my friends about it. Hey, you remember such and such from a different world? Yeah, I just took her on a tizzy tour. It has nothing to do with, so the guys that are your age, right, that's already into their life, right, if they're not married already, they're not getting married. They've been there, done that. Now they on the greener pastures. They're not trying to deal with older women because they've been there and they got them nowhere. So now they're dealing with younger women, right? Women in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, not dealing with somebody in their 50s, right? Or even in their 30s. They're dealing with younger women. They're not approaching you because they already know the headache that come with it. And there's nothing that you can offer them. These are men that already in their life, doing well for themselves, and those are the guys that you want, and they're not approaching you. Therefore, you're not, and it's not even that these younger guys are really coming to them. It's her approaching a younger guy. I'm telling you, it's not them approaching her at all. It's her approaching them. And if they are approaching her, it's only because they trying to get something out of her. I'm telling you, they pay for younger guys. That's all they do is pay for younger guys because they can't get the guy that they want. Tracy Ellis Ross, Erica Badu, Dandy Newton, they all wash. Therefore, they have to pay for these guys. And then she's in the same category as them. Remember A.J. Johnson? She said when she was 50, she got taken on a tizzy tour by, what was it, two guys or three guys, something like that, right? Talking about it was a Oh yeah, it was two guys. She said it was a three-way. No, that's not a three. That's a trizzy. That's a train. There ain't no three-way. What are you talking about? That's a train. And she was talking about that when she was 59.
Oh, that's 304 right down the hall.
9 years done passed when that happened. And it's still on her mind. Cause they're done out here, man. It's finito. And now that they're washed and they're by themselves, instead of admitting that they were the problem, because she was married, right? Instead of admitting they were the problem, no men are checking for them. Now it's the rest of the world. Now it's the men's fault. The men are the problem.
It's interesting that
Yeah, it is interesting.
you hit that place where you just can't get that engine to start. I think too we have to have that space where sometimes it was only supposed to drive that car for that long.
Yes.
I mean, that's something we never want to admit. Who the fuck wants to separate and divorce? But sometimes that old car ain't gonna run anymore, and you can polish it, you can put a new fucking motor in it, but it just don't run like it that. It's run its fucking course, literally.
Yeah.
First of all, man, there's nothing there was never anything masculine about her. I don't even know what Duke saw in her. You know, her ex-husband. I don't know what he saw in her. You know, one masculine trait when you look at these women is profanity. Profanity. That is a disgusting trait in a woman who always uses profanity, right? Now, if you're a guy and you want to expand your diction, you know, you want to expound on the lexicon, right? You tend to, you know, abstain from using profanity because you're trying to be amongst a different crowd of people, and you want to see if you can go without using profanity because you've been using it for so long, right? But it doesn't bother you if you hear other guys, you know, using it. You know, it doesn't bother you that much. You know, guys are going to be guys, especially if they're around, you know, their friends. If they use profanity, they use it, you know how you are with your friends, right? You know, one thing I just don't, I won't tolerate is you using the N-word around me. I'm not hearing it. I'm just not hearing it. But how off-putting is it when you hear women around you constantly using the F-bomb? And they were talking the F-bomb, the C-bomb throughout this whole video. Just using the S word or any word. This is them. This is what you call unattractive. It's not attractive at all. It's not. It's a complete turnoff. And that's all you hearing in this interview. I'm trying to cut around the areas where they just using profanity, and they can't do it. Can't do it. Because every other 30 seconds, 20 seconds, they just going F-bomb.
Yes.
Right?
Sheesh.
And I think that goes hand in hand with acknowledging that we die and are reborn and die and reborn, and we're going to become so many different people on the way to becoming, taking that last gasp. Sometimes that new person you became is not compatible with that person you're with now.
Yes.
You've just changed. And it's wonderful. Thank God. I don't want to be this chick I was 10 years ago. I wouldn't even hang
You can't be her.
out with her, you know.
It's impossible. You can't be her. Time don't reverse. It just keeps going forward. See, you couldn't stick it out because you, like so many of your ilk, has been indoctrinated to disrespect their men. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Becky runs them. Whether they're Keisha, biracial Keisha, mixed Keisha, Becky runs them, man. Becky runs them. Becky runs them. Light-skinned Keisha, dark-skinned Keisha, it don't matter. Becky runs them. That's the truth of the matter. They run them. They run them. And they con them out of their men. That's what happens here. That's what that's what it's just plain indoctrination. You got with a guy, and he's not no bum. The guy she got with, he's not no bum. So what was the problem? He wasn't abusive. He wasn't a philanderer. He wasn't a gambler. Wasn't an addict. Was none of these things. Your net worth. What's the net? The net worth. The net worth is not too far off from her. She's not. She's only worth what, $4 million? And if it says $4 million online, it really means she's probably worth around 1.5. Those numbers be inflated 2.5 times over. So she's probably worth around 1.5. A lot of you guys listening to me right now, listening to this video, is worth either that or worth more than that. And she's in the industry. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. So it wasn't the money aspect that you were just so up there and he was so by it, because she's not worth that much, especially for that industry that she was in. Not worth that much. So it's not that you're so high up there and he's so far down there. You know what it was? It was he was telling her, hey, why don't you follow my lead? And she said no. And she didn't think he was going to divorce her. He bounced. And now you up here talking about getting choked out, taken on tizzy tours by young men. This is what you call crashing out. This is a crash out.
Yeah.
So.
And then there's some times where you can invite somebody on the journey to change as well, and there are times
Sure.
where that person is just not interested in going.
It's so hard to evolve at the same time.
Yeah.
And I say that.
What do you mean evolve at the same time? Evolve into what? If you're a married couple, what are you supposed to evolve into? Angels? What are you supposed to? You're a married couple. What's it supposed to evolve? He's a man. He already evolved. What are you talking about? He evolved from boy to man. He's with you. He's building with you. What else he's supposed to do? It's these spiritual 304s. Oh, no, he's supposed to have all 7, 8, 9, 30 chakras. He's supposed to have the moon rocks. They supposed to be heated, and they supposed to be doing yoga on moon rocks. Reading from the Gehunzen, doing the chant, Namyo Reggae Kyo. He's supposed to do that every day, on top of taking her on the tizzy tour and choking her out. What else you want him to do? What do you mean evolve?
Say that with I've seen and experienced couples that do evolve at the same time, and they're energizing to be around. You get with them and you leave and you go, holy shit, that felt like I just snorted a whole 8-ball. They're amazing.
Yeah.
They woke me up.
Yeah.
And then there are the couples who
Snorted a whole 8-ball before this.
Get me out of here. You know what I mean? And
that couple has to go home and live with each other.
and be together and melt. Oh, God bless them.
Yeah, because they together. They together. When they're sick, they there for each other. When there's hardships going on, and hardships don't necessarily mean financial strains. It could be anything. A passing, having to take care of somebody that y'all both love, having to be there for emotional stress, anything that's happening, it's always better with somebody else. It gets hard. It's a lot harder for them in their 50s than when they were in their 20s. So yeah. God bless that couple because you're not blessed.
But again, that's that thing where it's like, oh, stick it out, endure, fix it. You know, well, sure, if it's not destroying you.
But I think that's the thing about, I mean.
Yeah. You let it destroy the children. It's not destroying you, but you will destroy the children. It's all about them. It's all about them. Yeah. Oh. By the way, she had 2 children with her ex-husband. 2 children. 2 children. They were kids when she broke up with him. When she decided to get a divorce, they were children, little kids. Kids. Hold on. Let me let y'all listen. I mean,
I'm like in both spaces.
Yeah.
But I'm also really energized by the idea of having the language to describe this specific pain point that I know a lot of people feel, but don't know how to.
Exactly. They have 2 daughters who were born in 2011 and 2013, right? The divorce happened in 2022. They were kids.
How to communicate.
Don't know how to communicate.
And I can't tell you how many older men, I get the question from, like, how many times a week are we supposed to be having sex? Because what they're really asking is, I require this and my partner isn't meeting that standard.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, as much as the person who wants it the least, and they're like, they don't like that answer.
Of course not.
Because there's supposed to be a sense of duty. And I'm like, well, instead of hyper-focusing on meeting a quota, why don't you figure out how to make sex exciting for them?
Make them want to have
sex. Make them actually want to have sex with you.
Yes, turn them on.
And if you can give them that information, shouldn't that be inspiring?
How about the other way around, huh? How about the other way around? You don't think he's tired of taking on a tizzy tour for the last 20 years? Why don't you spice it up? Guess what? You don't want to have sex with? Cool. I get a mistress on the side. Everybody's happy now. The thing is, if you go out and decide to get taken on a tizzy tour, right? Because it was you that had an issue with me, right? Divorce. You're by yourself. Now leave me and my mistress alone. leave me and my mistress alone. Because it was you that wanted me to take you on a tizzy tour, right? But you wasn't satisfied because I'm not taking you on a tizzy tour 3 times a day, 4 times a day. I come home from work, I'm tired. I come home from work, I'm tired. When we were young, we were going at it like rabbits. I'm older now, and not only am I older now, I'm working harder than you. My job is a lot harder than yours. I come home, I'm drained. Oh, you want me to take you on a tizzy tour? I'm dead tired. All right, cool. I'll go on a tizzy tour, but don't expect this energetic tizzy. Don't expect an energetic tizzy. I'm tired. Black men, when they ask you to take them on a tizzy tour after you've been in a relationship with them 20, 25 years, you don't be out there fronting like you out there knocking it down. If you're tired, just say you're tired. That's no stain on you. That's no stain on you. You know what it be? It be them watching too much TV and too much corn. Yes, corn, adult entertainment. They watch it too much. And when they watch it so much, right, they see a guy taking a chick on a tizzy tour for 40 minutes, not realizing, hey, that guy's getting paid for that and that lady's getting paid for that. This is not what intimacy really is. This is not a relationship. This is for production values. You got people getting together just to do OF content. They're not real couples. They get gassed off of that. No, that's not how things are. You should know. So it's my fault now? It's my fault? Get out of here, man. You're bugging.
Like, you know, when your car is broken and you can't figure out why, and then someone says, oh, this is how little I know about cars, gasket?
Sure.
Is that a thing?
Sure. It could be a gasket.
Oh, it's the gasket.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? What's a gasket?
Yeah.
And then they explain it to you.
You
and
don't
you're like,
even
so
know
all I have to
something.
do is fix the gasket.
Yes.
And then this thing is going to hum like it was 1995 again.
Yes.
Yes.
And you
the
also have to have a
gasket
partner,
does.
though, that knows themselves, right? That can say it's the gasket. Because there are so many men, I'm sorry, men, not to throw it on you, but there's a lot of men that haven't had to be self-aware, especially sexually self-aware. And so they can't even tell you that it's the gasket.
Right, but you can tell them maybe.
Oh, sure.
But if they're willing to accept you as the mechanic.
Come on.
Right? Look at us metaphors.
Come on.
Look at us
That's the name
metaphors
of
on
our band.
metaphors.
Coming to the...
What do you mean accept you as the mechanic? So you can fix yourself then, right? Oh, yeah, give each other the tizzy pound. Yeah, fix yourself. Oh, you black men, let me break this down. They don't even understand what they just said. If you have an issue with us taking you on a tizzy tour, right? And we're not taking you on a tizzy tour like we used to, or you don't like the way we take you on a tizzy tour, you want extra stuff done, and we don't feel like doing it, guess what you can do? You're your own mechanics. You're your own mechanics. Get the rabbit, the buzzsaw, whatever it is that you call, and get the scorching earth. They just said it themselves. You're your own mechanic. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, tire yourself out. But you know what happens? And it comes to this. You know what happens? They already been doing that. Black men, they already been doing that. Why do you think they're asking you to do extra? Because down there, they done ran themselves raw with the rabbit. They done lost all sensitivity. Now you need to do extra. You need to come in there with the jackhammer and get to work. Because they lost sensitivity for watching too much adult entertainment and getting crazy with the rabbit.
To the stand.
I think that's what it's called, right?
The metaphor. Yes.
Yeah, because I wonder if you can just simply say, like, and not in a way of like what you're not. You can recall a time that they were, even if they weren't really ever. Let me ask that question.
Okay.
Do you think that the partner that you're talking about, that you lost that sex drive for?
Many
Partners. The many partners.
Yeah.
Now, what again? Why many of them, right? Why did you lose it? I know what I'm talking about. Many. This is just one of them spiritual 304s, man. That's all.
Do you think that there was a time where they had that confidence, that sureness, that mischievousness?
In the beginning,
Mischievous.
perhaps.
Did they? Or did you have the
No, I
I'm
had
going to
it.
pretend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I had it. I mean, I don't think... Oh, so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet. With all I know. I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're for the streets. That's why. You're compatible with the streets. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Streets. S to the TR. She's for the streets, man. I don't need to. You can look this up if you want. This interview, but they're done. The rest of it is pure garbage. This is all garbage. Listen, she's done. She's been done. It's finito for her. You know, this is what happens when you decide to destroy your marriage, right? And you went out in them streets and those young guys, Pookies alike, whoever, took you on a tizzy tour and you thought that there was relationships waiting for you when you destroyed your marriage. She thought she was just going to go through an endless ballet of relationships and they were just going to be one in hand. This relationship, this relationship, this relationship. That's what they look for. You know, they look for endless lives of relationships. They want this relationship and then another relationship for a couple of years here, a couple of years there. This is what they want. But no, that's not what happened. You end up going in the streets and you get taken on a tizzy tour, you get ghosted. You find another guy, taken on a tizzy tour maybe twice, you get ghosted. You go on another tizzy tour, ghosted. These guys are ghosting you and you trying to figure out what it is. You think it is them. No, it's you. You're done. You're out of your element. You're not, these guys that are taking you on tizzy tours, these young guys that you want, they in a different world. How about that is a metaphor, right? Yeah, a different world. They in a different world. You're out here done. You out here done looking for a whole nother life at 55. Your whole being is about tizzy tours. This all this was about, tizzy tours. You're done. That's all you know, to think that you destroyed your marriage over something as small as you wasn't satisfied sexually? Are you kidding me? Something as small as, you know, satisfied, that's small. It really is. It really is. It really is. It's very small. It's very small. And when you look at how small it is, you know, Keisha's is going to say, "Oh, that's not small. That's not small at all." She, you know, she needs to be satisfied and she needs to live her life. You know, she don't need to be in a relationship where there's no sexual satisfaction. How small is that? Think about it, black man. How small is that compared to the happiness of your children? Think about it. How small is that? How small is that? Let me tell you something about men. They with their wives for years, taking the same thing on tizzy tours. You don't think they get bored? Oh, they get a lot bored faster than the women that they with. I'm telling you, guys that are married, it'll take women maybe 20 years to get tired of it. Guys be tired of it year one. Year two. They're like, you know, I miss being, that's why they call it ball and chain. I miss being single. I had a different one every other week that I was taking on the tour. Now it's just her. But you know what? They're not saying, oh, you know what, I want out, you know. I want out because I want to go back, be a bachelor, and sleep with different women. You know why they don't do that? Because they see the smiles on their children's faces when they come home. They see the smiles on their children's faces when they go on vacation. They do all this for their children. That's what they do. And they understand that leaving their family, right? Leaving their wives, right? Leaving their children just because they not sexually satisfied like they used to be back in the days, right? Is weak. They understand that. That's something weak. Hey, listen, man. It is what it is. If that's what it is, that's what they looking at. Hey, listen, man. If that's what it is, that's something weak. I'm not just going to bounce on my family because I'm tired of taking my wife on a tizzy tour. You knew what you signed up for when you got with her, right? That's what men do. Women, they get in these relationships. Then down the line, they want out. Especially, it's foul. It's even foul when the children are young. And they want out. And they don't think, hey, the children need to be happy. If you need to figure out something about your sexual satisfaction, figure it out. But don't do it and don't break up the family. Don't let the family happiness, the children, don't let it be at their expense. That's foul. That's foul. That's foul, Freddie. Freddie, you're foul. And anyway, man, that's all this is. That's all it is. Old 304s mad because they're by themselves. And, she don't need to be in another relationship. Ride this out to the sun burn out. Do the next 10, 15 years of your life. Do this by yourself. You don't need to be with nobody. You're out of your mind. Like she's really gone. She's gone. And she turned into it's everybody, it's every man that she's been with fault, not her fault. She had no hand in whatever it is she's going through. It's just all men's fault. And that's what happens when they're washed and old. They can't look at themselves and say, hey, maybe I played some part in this. Maybe I'm just a little too demanding. Maybe I'm too hard. Maybe I'm hard to get along with, Maybe my energy is too masculine. Talking about femininity and being masculine is not happening. It's just one can't exist within the other. It's masculine and femininity. There's not both mashed together. That's just not happening. That's just not how the elements of masculinity and femininity work. They're two opposites, but when they're put together, they can work perfectly if each one play their roles. You didn't play your role. You thought you can be both. And look at you by yourself, sitting at the table, talking about how you like getting choked out. What a joke, man. What a joke.
Poor.